Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with Marvel Strike Force's newest blog post here, announcing here for the invasion event relating back to Quasar. So, if you guys are in a similar position to myself, you'll know that we'll have a chance to unlock Quasar this week, actually, with enough shards coming from the weekly events. Having said that, this was the big question mark on how would we accomplish and unlock the red stars for Quasar, and that's exactly what this breaks down here. You can see the incredible power of the quantum bands makes Quasar a cosmic explosion in battle, but you can now infuse even more power into his attacks with the red stars. Whether you've already unlocked Quasar and are beginning to gear him up, or you're working your way towards recruiting him, you can dive into this invasion event, Quasar, to grab his red stars. This is a chapter-long flight, as you can see, an essential event that's going to run once a month during Chapter 1 and calls on your newest teams to fight through foes to bring back red stars for Quasar. Invasion event Quasar initially opens with 8 missions during the first run in May, 4 missions becoming available during June run, and then the final 4 in July. So it looks like there's just going to be an initial 4 nodes here, and then they're going to be adding on later on extra as well. But very, very similar to what we saw in the past, right? Anytime we have these run scores typically tied back to trials or some kind of Scourge event, there's going to be some specific packs or settings that we can activate, and depending on those run scores is going to ultimately allow us an opportunity to get higher points depending on how much of the modifications that you're using for these runs. So you can see here, customize your runs by selecting a difficulty from 1 to 10. Higher difficulty runs, obviously, it's going to narrow the character traits that you can use, and at the same time also reward more points. You can also earn more additional points by activating mods, which in this case are the previous packs that we used in the past, or the Scourges, if you already are familiar with that term as well. If you've already unlocked Quasar, you can use them on every mission node to bring major firepower to your forces. So I think that's a really cool addition. We never had this in the past. Because commanders can only have Quasar at a maximum of yellow 4 stars during the first appearance of this invasion event, we're also going to have a special Quasar combat mod to give Quasar a boost in battle. As everyone ranks up Quasar more yellow stars, the mod will diminish in power and then be removed. So I really like how they kind of modified that to be mindful of folks that don't exactly have Quasar obviously in maxed out stars, as that's not available. Difficulties 5 and above are going to require the following traits. So you can see missions 1 and 2 requires both Harbinger or Quasar, and then as well as missions 3 and 4 is going to be Vigilante or Quasar. So with Harbinger, that means we have the chance here to use Thunderbolt or Vigilante characters in those first 2 nodes, and then they're going to add on the last 4 nodes later on, which is Vigilante or Thunderbolt or Quasar, and then lastly Harbinger or Quasar. And then these are the available mods that we've been familiar with, right? We've seen the raid ones before. Oh, actually, I don't know. Have we done one with raid abilities? That's cool. So that's obviously going to give value to both Thunderbolts and Vigilante. We have the Harbinger of Nihilus. That's the one that's going to substantially increase the power there of Quasar to account for the yellow stars there. When an enemy character ends their turn vulnerable, they gain defense up. Bloody Nose. This is new. World at War. We've seen this one before. War abilities. All city characters gaining 50% critical hit chance and damage, but players, villain characters also lose 20% damage and HP. So something to just be watchful for. There's a balancing act right there. Evasive maneuvers. When a character dies, the allied bio character gains evasion. Experimental Serum, we've seen that before. Vile Rally, we've seen that. And as well, on an enemy's character's turn, remove all negative effects and heal per negative. We've also seen that. So yeah, in the meantime, guys, we got the official announcement here. As you can see, May 27th. So just 5 days from the start of essentially the Danger Room being this Thursday. So it's going to be sometime next week where this invasion event for Quasar is going to officially start. And again, it's only going to be the first 4 nodes, and they'll be adding more, the final 4 actually in the month of June for this event, guys. So this is his legendary trials event for the unlock of his red stars. In case you guys have missed this, this is going to be an opportunity here to take advantage. And they also said if we do miss this in the next few weeks as well, there's going to be a way to add this back later on, maybe perhaps through some of the store settings that they're converting to. But in the meantime, guys, hopefully this is helpful. Let me know what you think, comments below. Have you unlocked Quasar? Have you started testing him yet? Keep me posted. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.